criminy. Stuff in there. Smells like E6000. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Nostalgic Network News. It's a bit of a slow news week. Nothing too huge coming out, but there are quite a few things I would like to talk about. First off, if you didn't know, all of these episodes are available in podcast form over on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iTunes. So if you prefer your news in podcast format, we got you covered. But before we jump to the news, here's a word from our sponsor. We owe everything we do here at the Nostalgic Network to our store, Nostalgic Video Games, in Florence, Kentucky, where we buy, sell, and trade retro to modern video games and collectibles. The holidays are coming up, and if you're looking for a cool gift for your friends or family, come on down, check us out. We've got everything from Atari 2600 and ColecoVision, all the way up to PS5 and Xbox Series X. We also have tons of statues, video game collectibles, as well as vintage toys. That's my personal favorite. We also have gift cards, so if you're not 100% certain on what your loved one would like, let them pick it themselves. We're open 7 days a week, and the only days we're closed in the next couple months are Thanksgiving and Christmas itself. So we'll be here, but don't hesitate, because Christmas gets super busy over at Nostalgic. So if you're trying to get a big ticket item, don't wait. We'll see you there. So the biggest story I've got to talk about this week is the God of War Ragnarok reviews are coming out. The press embargo has been lifted and we are being inundated with 10 out of 10 reviews, to the surprise of pretty much nobody. God of War on PS4 started a new chapter for the franchise, revitalized it, and introduced it to an entire new generation. It sounds like Ragnarok is doing pretty much the same thing. According to these reviews, the Norse mythology adventure is handled very well and has some of the most compelling and accurate Norse mythology depictions in modern pop culture. I'm a sucker for that Scandinavian mythology. Vikings, trolls, Beowulf. Some of my favorite games take place in that Norse realm. Valheim is absolutely fantastic. If you guys have never played that with friends, you need to. And in my top 3 games is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I can't recommend that quite as widely as Valheim because it deals with some really sensitive subject matter, but Hellblade is a piece of art. It is poignant and it is very profound. Ragnarok comes out in 2 days, November 9th. And if you just can't wait, check out Hellblade or Valheim. You can get that Norse fix. Next, I wanted to talk about a current Kickstarter going on. Hellgirl Demon Song #1. The co-creator, Robert Hickey, and Skystorm Books are a part of the Nostalgic Network. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to this camera if it wasn't for Robert. He's been in the indie comic scene for decades, and this character and this comic have been done for quite a while. We've already passed the minimum goal, and now we're just seeing how far we can get and how much free stuff we can give away. There are tons of awesome stretch goals, art and alternate covers from big names in the industry. And if that doesn't convince you, here at the Nostalgic Network Studios, there are rumblings of foraying into the gaming industry. So get ahead of the curve, don't get left behind, and check out Hellgirl Demon Song 1. You won't be disappointed. And the last thing I really wanted to talk about today was a new movie that came out called Weird, the Al Yankovic story. Now if you know me, you know I love Weird Al. He was a huge part of my childhood. When I heard he was getting a full movie, I was like, UHF 2? But this is a completely different beast. I was sort of monitoring this movie as news was being released, but I never really stuck with it all the way through. I didn't follow the press junket or anything. So when it came out, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sit down with my buddies on Discord tonight and watch Weird, the Al Yankovic story. And watching that movie, I was flushed with the same exact feeling I felt when I first watched the music video to A Saga Begin. The game was changed. Little elementary middle school me was so befuddled by the genius intermixing of a song I knew and loved so well, American Pie, with a series that I knew and loved, Star Wars. Weird Al is a lyrical genius, and this movie proves to me he is more than just a music genius. So the whole concept of this movie was born from Funny or Die skit from 2010. It had Jesse from Breaking Bad playing Weird Al Yankovic. Here we have Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah, Harry Potter as Weird Al. And oh my god, this was the role Daniel Radcliffe was born to play. This was the movie that everyone involved was born to produce. There are so many people in this movie and so many crazy things. You never know where this movie is gonna go. And man, I want to talk about every little detail, but I can't. You have to experience this movie for yourself. Earlier this year, I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once with Michelle Yeoh and Ki-Hye Kwan. That movie was also spectacular. And these two movies really gave me the same sort of feeling. You wouldn't really expect it, but both of these movies are really on the same playing field for me. I was left with the same feeling after watching Weird as I was with Everything Everywhere. And that same feeling I felt when I first saw The Saga Begins. This sensation that the game had been changed. That I had just witnessed art. Weird the Al Yankovic story is streaming for free on the Roku channel, and that's the best damn price there is. Someone tweeted out that there were problems with it in Australia, and Weird Al responded with this tweet, which is possibly one of the funniest things I have ever read. Al, what happened to don't download this song? You're encouraging torrenting now? Absolutely hilarious. And that's really all I've got for you this week. If you watched all the way through, thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate you. And if you are listening on one of our podcast platforms, come check out the video version of this on YouTube so you can see my Captain Rex helmet from the opening gag that I spent a month building. I absolutely love this thing. It is my pride and joy, and it is so cool. Shout out Galactic Armory. I ordered the 3D printed kit from him and then auto body filled and sanded and primed and sanded and filled and until we got this. Freaking Captain Rex, dude! General Skywalker's orders are to smash that like button and subscribe for the Republic! Ah! How's my D. Bradley Baker impression? Or was it more Tamura Morrison? I don't know. I love you, D. Bradley Baker, and Tamura. I love both of you. Rate my impression in the comments, please. Hey, thanks for watching. If you tuned in on any of our Anchor podcast platforms, make sure to follow on that app so you don't miss the next episode. If you watched on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our new content. If you didn't know, we have a physical store located in Florence, Kentucky, Nostalgic Video Games, where we buy, sell, and trade retro games and vintage toys. So come on down and check us out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.